I hope you are all doing well out there. So we are back here doing my continuation of my road to getting the Platinum Trophy, and we'll be continuing my mum's journey in Gryffindor for that today. I did say that I would be in another part of the actual castle, possibly, or another location when I finished in the last stream, but I did actually return back to the actual common room. So just quickly while I get this title thing set up, what I will be doing after this one is I'll be doing the Slytherin one, and I will be then going on to do the Hufflepuff one, and then that means I would have completed the journey. At the moment, I am in whether two minds to do an actual evil mode version of my character, or even create a whole new character for the evil mode. At the end of the day, it won't matter more or less really what you do in terms of whether you do good or bad, because they have made it clear that there is no good or bad. There's no actual morality based system to this, so you would be effectively be safe no matter what you decided to do. Right, sorry, I'm just right, so now that I've just updated that, we can get on with this. Okay, so this effectively should be the last part of this particular one of the Gryffindor bit. So
don't know why the common room.
It's an unusual comment to make about the common room. Right, so secret, locket secret. So essentially the reason I stopped it where I did, I thought it might only take a couple of hours, but as it turned out it didn't. I'm actually going to just fast travel there. So effectively it didn't. My mum is yet to see the character build that I've made for her at this point, but I will send a photo to her later today. And I'll also, at the same time, just say, you know, ask if she's interested in me continuing the story of her, or whether she would like me to, she'd like to do it of her own accord.
Professor, I'm glad to see you.
And I you. Thank Merlin you're in one piece.
I heard about the attack. Trolls in Hogsmeade?
Sir, the trolls were wearing armor. It had that dark glow, like the dragon collar.
Goblin silver. Ranrock used it to control the dragon. But how? And why send trolls too?
They were there because of me. I overheard Ranrock talking with Victor Rookwood.
Ranrock was in Hogsmeade with Rookwood.
The trolls were Ranrock's distraction so that Rookwood could get to me, and he would have, had Serona and the patrons at the Three Broomsticks not intervened.
This is grave news indeed. If Ranrock's goblins and dark wizards are after you, they want what we found in that vault.
Speaking of the vault, do you think that Ranrock is working with any of the goblins at Gringotts?
I do not. Gringotts goblins aren't typically the friendliest of beings, but they have a great deal of integrity. No, I dare say after what happened to that poor banker, the goblins at Gringotts are no followers of Ranrock.
They're after the locket. You said you discovered something in it.
Yes. I discovered an inscription. When I read it aloud, this map appeared. Clever enchantment. It's a map of Hogwarts, to be sure, but I do not know where it leads.
It leads to the library. The restricted section, to be precise. And a bit beyond. I see traces of magic there on the map.
I suspected you would see something.
Shall we go?
I appreciate your enthusiasm, and I'm eager to discover what we may find there as well. But if our experience at Gringotts, let alone what happened to Miriam, taught me anything, it's that the path we're on is terribly dangerous. I'd like you to work with Professor Hecat a bit before we continue.
But sir, how dangerous could the library be? Perhaps we're only after a book.
Perhaps we are only after a book, but we should be prepared for anything. Once you've honed your defensive magic further, come and see me. I'll let Professor Hecat know to expect you.
Right, so the one thing about this game is there is a lot of dialogue. And I think if you find that there are any particular gamers out there that don't say very much during that dialogue, it's because they want you to actually experience the actual dialogue. Right, so
off on another adventure, are we?
see, they're supposed to have cut her dialogue down, but I'm not quite sure whether they really have or not.
I'm here about the new spell you wanted to teach me, Professor.
Good. Professor Fig indicated a certain urgency to you completing your defensive magic assignments. As such, you are to learn Incendio, the fire-making spell, handy for lighting torches, burning away spider webs, and, when necessary, defending against those who would wish to do us harm.
Sounds versatile.
Quite. But before we get started, I'd like you to complete a few tasks. You may be surprised by some of them. Astonishing how much students don't think their professors know. When you're finished, come and see me. Then we shall begin working on Incendio. You know where to find me once you've finished.
Right, okay, so we've got to
Seems
go and
Cross
see.
Wands isn't as secret as it's believed to be.
Yeah, well, we're going to fast travel there, I think. I think it was the Belltale Courtyard. Could be wrong. But it's in the vicinity, so I'll be at least close.
Mr. Sharp, not me. I think the man's brilliant. Only barked at me twice
No,
for singeing my
I
robes.
was incorrect. So it was actually the other one. That's the only other part I've actually activated as far as I'm aware of. Why? Is it in the... I thought it was in the bell tower, but I guess it's not. Oh, it's in the south wing. Oh, clock tower courtyard. Oh. Oh yeah, mate, yeah, of course the clock's there, isn't it? So it would be.
Glad you're back.
Hello, Lucan. Right, so let's use the training dummy first.
May I use the training dummy?
Of course. I'll fetch it and give you a list of combinations to practice. Ready to have a try now?
That would be wonderful.
Be sure to cast all your spells before the dummy lands. If you need to stop practicing before you finish all of them, let me know. That's it! Excellent form!
Right, so with this one, I recommend that you do this a little slower when you do the R2 basic spell. So I'll show you what I mean. And then you can go as quick as you like on this bit.
Nicely done! I'd say that's enough practice. You looked good out there.
Thank you, Lucan.
I say better to discover one's weaknesses during practice than during a duel. You'll be a fearsome challenger now.
Okay, so now we've done that bit, so that will update Professor Hecat's assignment. Now we need to speak to him about...
Hello, Lucan. Is the next
crossed
round
ones.
of crossed ones all set?
Why, yes it is. I've got a great match lined up. Ready for another round?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Brilliant. Are you dueling with a partner?
we're going to do
Yes,
with Natty's
Natty.
this
Then
time.
let's get to it.
Ready to get thrashed?
I know this is
Apologies in
always...
advance.
Oh, okay. So no, it's always the Ravenclaws that's making the threats here. Well, not threats as such. Right, again, just to recommend that when you do this, you read what it says, because it's telling you which spells are important to use in the actual game. So in this case, it's telling you that Accio is going to be the important spell here, but also you'll have to remember Leviosa, or Levioso, I should say, will also be as well.
Act like a winner. Leviosa.
Potato. Stupid.
Level 4.
Don't shy away now. Stupefy.
Accio.
You're better than that. Leviosa. Oh, come on.
Well intervenes there, Natty.
Mind the one.
I literally obliterated them.
Bravo.
I gave it my all.
You did indeed. The other duelists have already taken notice of you, but after that last round, they'll really have it in for you. You'd better keep practicing if you want a chance at winning, or at least surviving the next round. I'll let you know when we're ready. Hope to see you then. The next round is for all the gobstones, so to speak.
Right.
Perhaps I should...
Assignment's all finished.
Okay, you just kind of interrupted what she was
You could
saying
have
then.
gone a bit easier on me.
Well, you're obviously in Gryffindor for a reason, so I suggest...
Seems I'm out of the tournament thanks to you.
Oh, what a shame. I would cry for you, but I can't find the violin. Sorry. Right, okay, so we've got to go back to Defense Against the Dark Arts. So the good thing about doing all four different houses is you're going to get a different perspective on how you get to Jackdaw's tomb. So obviously with Ravenclaw, as you will have seen through my Ravenclaw playthrough, which is what I am, it would have been going via Ollivander, and I believe for Gryffindor it will actually be going via...
I trust Mr. Brattleby was able to accommodate you and that you found success in your endeavours.
I did, Professor. Yes, I believe it will be something to do with Nearly Headless Nick.
I finished all of the tasks you gave me, Professor Hecat.
Glad to hear it. Then you should be ready to learn Incendio.
Should be, Professor?
Yes. I'm sorry to say, I visited enough careless colleagues at St. Mungo's to assure you that fire is a fickle servant. Your spellcasting has impressed me thus far, but please maintain focus. I would rather we not end today's lesson with your robes aflame. Let us begin. And remember, focus on the proper wand movement. Concentrate, and keep your wand steady.
Okay, so...
Good work. I've set up a few targets for you.
Incendio!
Getting it. Keep at it. And do try not to incinerate yourself.
I will not. Well, I won't incinerate myself. Right, so...
Excellent defensive skills.
Incendio is a heavy damage spell which unleashes destructive flames to short range. Okay, so so basically what I'm doing was trying to speak to Professor Hecat. In fact, if you actually do this again, she actually tells you how...
Incendio!
Setting things ablaze is certainly cathartic, isn't it?
See, that's exactly what she says. Right, so now we just got to return to Professor Fig. I was going to say Mr. Fig then. Now, there is a character that lives, who's a squib by the name of Fig in the Harry Potter books. I cannot remember the first name, but I do know that the Fig is spelt with 2 G's. And there was some question as to whether or not this Fig was related to her. One of the things I don't think it matters in the wizarding world, but one thing I've learnt as somebody who's been researching their family history for a long time is that names are changed, spelling of surnames especially, and as well as first names, have changed over the centuries. So, for example, the surname that the character of my mum is exactly what it would have been written as in the time of the 1500s. And so, so there is a possibility that maybe there could be a connection to them both. Just saying that, just because there's a difference in the slight name, the surname will still be associated to a particular ancestor in the past. So there's a chance that they'll be related, but not probably directly. I'm not sure whether that's something that was thought about when the books were being written, or this was being written at the time. So there is something that I did pick up as well, though, which I believe I mentioned in my Ravenclaw walkthrough, is that at some point in the story you get an actual journal entry for Isadora Morganac where she mentions the plague. Now, this is supposed to be set in the time of the actual keepers is set in the Tudor times. But my bone of contention with that is, historically, and this is how you can tell I'm a Ravenclaw, is that the last recorded mention of the plague in Britain, other than in the 1660s and the Great Fire of London time, is 1340s. And it doesn't coincide historically. So it'd be interesting to see whether or not anybody's picked that up and mentioned that to the actual developers.
Hello, sir.
I mean, I know
You'll
you
be
can't get
pleased to
everything
know that
right.
I worked on my defensive magic with Professor Hecat.
So I hear. She tells me you've taken rather well to your new wand. You must continue to work with her and your other professors to improve your skills. That said, I don't wish to postpone our visit to the library any longer. So, shall we proceed?
Fig, I have work for you. Come.
Headmaster, I'm with a student and my schedule
Your schedule will wait indefinitely, as will your student. I would think that after all the trouble you caused me with Osric, you'd be eager to make amends. My office, 5 minutes.
That man is exasperating. Unfortunately, our trip to the restricted section will have to wait a bit longer.
But, Professor...
We have no choice. It would be unwise to provoke our illustrious headmaster further. I shall find you when I've completed whatever toils I must endure.
Right, okay, so...
Sebastian mentioned sneaking into the restricted section. Perhaps he'll have an idea.
So as you can see, just on the bottom bit where you see the map is, you can see the yellow dotted bits. That's telling you where you can go, or if you press the up button just slightly like that on your D-pad, it will actually take you there. Prefect there. Sebastian, your robes are a bit funny again.
Sebastian, there you are.
I was hoping to see you. I was in the Three Broomsticks after the troll attack and saw what happened with Rookwood and Harlow.
Not many students have Victor Rookwood's attention. What was that all about?
Right, so one of the things I have said in my Ravenclaw playthrough is the fact that the choice you make in which you tell particular students about what's going on. Now, in that, I have told them the truth, purely because I know from my cousin Eddie, who played it, who decided not to tell the truth, that eventually the game will force you to tell the truth to them. So basically, the cutscenes that they will come up in time will get them to tell them what's happened, your character what's happened. So it's entirely up to you. There's no wrong or right decision that you make with this. But the only reason I go with telling the truth is because of the fact that my parents always raised us to be honest and truthful. So if we did something wrong, we admitted it. We put our hand up to it, and we apologised for it in that kind of sense. But also, in the sense that, well, parents generally have a good way of knowing if you're lying. Anyway, so I'm
He's working with Ranrock, and Ranrock is after something I found at Gringotts.
Ranrock? And when were you at Gringotts?
Professor Fig and I ended up there after the dragon attack. It's quite the tale. Fig had this
portkey to Gringotts? I'm not sure I follow.
I barely follow myself, and I was there. Anyway, we ended up in an ancient vault where we found a map. That map leads to the restricted section.
You can't be serious.
Deadly serious. Professor Fig has insisted that I not tell a soul about any of this. I've probably said too much.
Understood. Your secret's safe with me. Whatever it is.
Thank you, Sebastian. You mentioned being clever enough not to get caught in the restricted section.
And I am. Meet me outside the library tonight, and tell no one.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll meet you later.
Because I want to get this jollying along, I'm not going to bother with all the dialogue. You can see all the dialogue in my main game or playthrough.
See there? That's the door we need to reach. And those annoying prefects would love nothing more than to rat on us to Scribner, so don't let them see us. Understood?
I can be sneaky. Let's go.
Hold on now. There's a spell you should know. The Disillusionment Charm. Good for getting places you're not supposed to be. Cast it and you'll appear as little more than a trick of the light, just as long as you keep your distance and stay quiet.
You mean I'll actually be able to turn invisible?
Something like that. It's not as foolproof as a cloak, but those are expensive. And spells are free. Give it a try.
I have to admit that I would rather have the cloak, but right, so let's
silent as a grave.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to blast it from over this way. Oh, she's going upstairs. That's even better. Right, I won't worry too much about those prefects. They just... Oh, I nearly got caught then. I was just going to say they're so dumb they wouldn't even notice.
Blast. The librarian's still here. Quick, behind the books.
You told me the librarian would be gone by now.
I said usually, but it'll still be all right. Do you see her desk behind me? The key is in the drawer of that desk. Now, here's what we're going to do. I'll create a distraction to draw her away. You focus on getting the key. I'll meet you outside of the restricted section.
You distract, I get the key. Understood.
I said I'd get you in, and I always keep my word. Trust me.
Right, so just quickly while we're here, see that fireplace there? When you get Glacius, use it on there and you can get behind there to get the chest. Ooh.
Is someone there? Is that you, Peeves?
That wasn't so difficult after all. Now, to find that book.
I'm pretty sure she'd probably discover her keys missing at some point.
Oh, that one's charmed to look more useful than it is. It's fooled me twice. Never judge a tome by its cover, I say.
Right, I do wish I'd stop putting these bits here.
Don't let her see you.
Who's that ghost? gonna say, why isn't she going down there?
Should be in the clear. No need for us to be skulking about.
So what is it you've been looking for?
I'm looking for a cure to help my twin sister, Anne, so that she can
Revelio.
return to Hogwarts. Because Merlin knows everything.
Why do you think you'll find a cure in the restricted section? Does the Hogwarts matron have nothing that can help Anne?
No, we've tried everyone from Nurse Blaney to St. Mungo's. But I can research on my own. No need to concern yourself with that right now. Let's focus on what you're after. Which is what, precisely?
I'll know it when I see it.
You're being awfully cryptic.
Revelio.
It's meant to be a book that he's missed. Oh, I think it's over here.
Secrets of the Darkest Arts. I'm impressed.
So that is meant to be an Easter egg, something to do with eventually Lord Voldemort. Or for those who rather, he who must not be named. Right, so there's another wand. Right, we're going to need Reparo. So I'll put it there for the moment.
Who have we here? Sebastian Cello and his new little friend. Out exploring where they shouldn't be. Naughty, naughty. You'll get caughty.
Peeves, don't you...
I'm going to tell. I'm going to tell.
Excuse me.
Oh, blasted Peeves! I've got to stop him, or at least get to the librarian with a good excuse for all of this.
Wait, I don't want you getting into trouble for me.
I have a way with the faculty when it comes to disciplinary matters. Besides, I like having friends who are in my debt. Now go. Good luck in your search. Now, where's that damned poltergeist got to?
I know just the spell to repair this armor.
I wonder if exactly said we were friends just yet.
Revelio. Of course. Traces of ancient magic. There must be more to this room.
It's showing me that there's something further down below.
That's it.
Oh, of course we go down the stairs, don't we? When... Oh yes, there we go. Oof. Definitely making those invisible. Right, so there's a good chance that
Where might this lead? Not surprising. Guards at the ready.
Okay.
Revelio.
Right, so one of the things that many of us, including myself, in my Ravenclaw playthrough, was not able to figure out how to get over there. Just by chance, discovered this. Oh, that was lucky. I don't know why she suddenly abruptly stopped running quick in that.
This must be the way forward. But to where?
Right, so over there's another way to get over there, and you can just see that platform there. So if you just hit that, that disappears, and then it produces this. Right, now the only thing is you do have to hit it again. At this point, just to get it to come up. Aha, I had a feeling that was going to happen, but no. I'll just destroy this because it's only one item. And I've already got a fair amount of money. Especially as it's a better uniform. And it can't be worn till level 14. Right, okay, so
Nearly there. Best keep my wits about me.
I was going to say, I think... No, I was going to say, I think... it should be the last outfit. I could be wrong. Oh, all that just for an even worse. Right, and so that should have taken him out. Right, so there's nothing I should collect over here.
It is a book after all.
So if you look at that, you can actually see what is Feldcroft, where Sebastian's from. And the reason you can tell that is purely because it doesn't look to have changed since that time.
You wanted to see me? Headmistress Fitzgerald? Professor Rackham?
Miss Isadora Morganach, welcome.
Professor Rookwood? Professor Bakar?
We understand that you are adjusting well to life at Hogwarts.
I am.
I am glad. Especially in light of your unusual situation, starting as a 5th year.
As it happens, I was also admitted to Hogwarts as a 5th year. I've never heard of another like us.
Miss Morganach, when we spoke yesterday after class, you asked about the beautiful swirls you saw years ago when we visited your hamlet.
I recognized you all immediately. I cannot thank you enough for what you did.
We were glad to help.
And yes, I did see swirls of magic everywhere that day. My father insists it was my imagination running wild, but it was certainly real to me.
It was not your imagination.
Percival, Professor Rackham can see them too. But we have never known of another who could.
I don't understand. What are they?
The whispers or traces that appear when a particular form of ancient magic is wielded.
Ancient magic?
Few are capable of wielding it. Hogwarts itself is a stronghold of ancient magic.
So if I can see traces of ancient magic, does that mean I can wield it too?
With the proper training.
But let us not get ahead of ourselves, Miss Morganach.
Before I can train you to wield such magic, you must first master all that Hogwarts has to offer.
A magic this powerful can do great harm in the wrong hands. It must be wielded by a select few. As such, we ask that you not speak to anyone about what we have discussed here today.
The scientist like Professor Fig. I can see now why she was placed in Ravenclaw on the wiki fandom, because she looks like she's wearing blue.
Sebastian.
Sneaking in the restricted section again! I had thought we were through with this mischief. Clearly detentions are insufficient. I'm afraid I must take this to the headmaster. But that being said, Peeves informs me that you didn't come alone tonight. If someone has coerced you, I would have you tell me. You're a bright boy. Don't waste this.
She reminds me so much of a former Prime Minister here in Britain.
There was nobody else. I came alone.
Oh, Sebastian. What will your uncle say?
So one of the things that I said in my Ravenclaw playthrough was that there was two differences between Peeves as a poltergeist and the poltergeist that was in the Hogsmeade exclusive for PlayStation, is in the fact that he, to me, was a proper poltergeist, whereas in this, Peeves is portrayed as being quite childish. So it makes you wonder if that is the case, that he was formed through the mind of a child. Right, so as you'll see, the prefects are gone and you're now free pretty much to do as you wish. So we will return to Professor Fig. Up this way. It's the only time I think that you're not really caught with after dark with the by the prefects or anything like that.
You cannot be serious. Goblins working with Rookwood makes no sense.
It is rather unorthodox, to say the least.
Unorthodox? It's inconceivable. It's... Ah, Fig. You have a visitor. I'll see what I can find out.
Sir, I was able to search the restricted section while you were with Professor Black. It was a book we were after.
What? That's... Wait. You accessed the restricted section? But how? Thinking on it, perhaps it's best you spare me the details.
Fair enough. In fact, the book was below the restricted section, as it appeared on the map.
I want to hear everything. First, let's have a look.
I love the fact you can hear the pages being turned.
Some of these pages seem to be missing. It appears someone has got to the book before us. Still, I will need time to study what remains. Perhaps we can still salvage something useful, though it may take some time. I wonder why it was here, below Hogwarts.
So if you look at those pages there, it looks completely different
Memories where I found the book.
to when he looks at it.
Pensive, Godric's heart.
The man we saw before, Percival Rackham, was a professor here. The first memory showed him and 3 other professors using ancient magic to restore a hamlet from a drought.
Miriam was right. And the second memory?
In the second, they were talking to a student who started as a 5th year, like I did. She could see traces of magic too.
Why those memories? Perhaps this book will explain. I'll have to take it with me to London. The headmaster has insisted that I speak directly to the minister about George's death.
I understand. I'll see what I can learn about the missing pages while you're gone.
Good. Don't neglect your studies. Your wand work is improving by the day. But you'll want to pay attention in herbology and potions. There's more to magic than spellcasting.
Plenty to keep me occupied while you're gone.
You've done exceptionally well. I look forward to seeing all that you've accomplished when I return. Oh, and don't neglect your friends. You may be surprised by how much you can learn from them as well.
So that's another reason why I was telling Sebastian and that the truth, because from their point of view, by actually telling them, you can, as I say, it doesn't make much difference, but it's almost like he's saying, you know, kind of, I think in a way, telling you in his own way that you should have your own version of Ron and Hermione. Right, I will go through all those after I finish the stream. Right.
Meet me in Lower Hogsfield as soon as possible. I would like to talk to you about Rookwood and Harlow, and it might be best to do so outside of the castle.
Right.
It's time to prove your dueling mettle and see if we've a new school champion. Meet me at the usual place for the final round of crossed wands. Also, the training dummy is still available.
So we'll get the crossed wands done. It's in the south area.
Future champion coming through.
Alright, let's do the training dummy first.
I'd like to practice with the training dummy.
Excellent idea. This time will be a bit more of a challenge. Ready?
That'd be brilliant.
Wonderful. I'll set things up. Remember to cast all the spell combinations before the dummy lands again. If you need to stop practicing before you finish all of them, let me know.
Right, so again, this is a case of timing.
That's it! Excellent form!
Incendio! Levioso! Accio! Incendio!
Good one! Impressive wand work. I'd hate to face you in a duel.
Thanks, Lucan. You've been a great help.
Oh, stop. Don't make me blush. Seriously, well done. Training dummies will think twice before challenging you again. Plus, you'll be even more formidable in crossed wands. Other duelists had better beware.
Right, quickly, I want to go and Oh, actually, I won't because I've got a full.
Hello, Lucan. Is the final round of Crossed Wands ready?
Big match today. It all comes down to this. The moment that we find out if your training and dedication is enough to win it all. Ready for a shot at glory?
I certainly am.
Brilliant. Are you dealing with a partner?
I think we will go with Sebastian
Yes,
this time.
Sebastian.
Then let's get started.
We can make this a real victory.
That's the spirit.
Come on.
Leviosa.
Right.
There goes my.
Act like a winner.
Stupefy.
Is that all you've got?
Stupefy.
Don't shy away now.
Incendio. Repair it. Leviosa. Incendio.
Pity more people can't watch the duels.
What a victory! You've won the tournament!
I'm just pleased to have done as well as I did.
And we're pleased to have such a gracious champion. Now, to the victor goes the prize! And so it is my great honor to present you with this simple yet elegant token of supreme dueling accomplishment.
Thank you. It's been an honor.
You earned it. You are a duelist to be reckoned with. Now that we've definitively crowned the tournament winner, I suppose I should get back to my schoolwork. Wonder how my herbology plants are doing. I haven't tended them in ages.
Oh dear.
Shame it's over. I was just getting started. The best duelist won, I suppose.
Let's see what Mystery Guts over here has to say.
You can't be beat, can you?
Oh, actually, it's not too bad. I would love to know exactly how he's connected to. Right, so I will do that. But no, that I would have. Right, so we're going to go and do the girl from Wagadoo.
Revelio.
Well, I can safely say that I don't know of any lady that would have run like this during the Victorian times, given the clothes that they wore.
I should investigate.
But it is much quicker to get here.
It is good to see you, my friend.
Hello, Natty. How are you? I hope you've recovered from our rather eventful trip to Hogsmeade.
I am well, but I have been worried about you, my friend. With Ranrock and Rookwood and Harlow after you?
I'm all right at the moment.
We did not speak about it at the time. For you.
They want something that Professor Fig and I found at Gringotts.
When were you at Gringotts?
Just before we came to Hogwarts. In fact, it's why I was late to the sorting ceremony. A portkey brought us there after the dragon attacked our carriage.
What on earth?
There's one more thing. It's a bit odd, if I'm honest. Professor Fig says I have a rare connection to a powerful form of ancient magic.
Is that the magic you used fighting the trolls in Hogsmeade?
I think so. I'm still learning. But I can see traces of it, and I've cast magic I can't otherwise explain. I know that's a lot to absorb.
It is. And I will have more questions. For now, it is safe to say that Rookwood and Harlow are a threat to both of us. To all of us. Which is why I wanted to speak to you. I realized something that day in Hogsmeade. You displayed such courage fighting that troll. And Serona wasn't intimidated one bit by Rookwood and Harlow. Both of you have inspired me to take a stand of my own.
What sort of stand?
Men like Rookwood and Harlow are the reason my mother and I left Matabeleland. I am not going to sit by and watch them destroy my new home.
Rookwood and Harlow are a dangerous pair on their own. And the fact that they're working with Ranrock, well...
All the more reason they must be stopped. Rumor has it that Theophilus Harlow runs Rookwood's day-to-day operations. Taking him down would cripple Rookwood's entire enterprise.
That may be true, but shouldn't Officer Singer handle someone like Harlow?
I spoke with her. She was polite, but perhaps understandably would not discuss details with a student. I overheard some of Rookwood's lot talking about a massive poaching operation that Harlow is planning. I was thinking that we could investigate a bit, try to get the evidence that Officer Singer needs.
All right. But how?
I am going to watch and listen, find out precisely what Harlow is up to. I shall reach out when I know more. In the meantime, remember, I am here if you need me.
Thank you, Natty.
Be on your guard.
Right.
I beg your pardon. How dare you threaten me?
What's going on here?
I wish one spell we could learn is Scourgify to clean the ropes.
Come this way. Think.
I've no idea who it is you think I might have seen. I've been busy with my research. I do not have time to...
Victor Rookwood don't give a doxy's nip back your time. Oi! Speak of the devil. Mr. Rookwood would like a word with you.
What do you know?
You can't be
Enough out of you.
Leave her alone.
Stupefy!
I see you. What is happening?
Trying to just do Professor Heckett's thing while I'm...
You insolent crump! I will not be cast about for your amusement! Hurt me!
I'll watch the light go out of your eyes. You've nowhere to hide! We can hold them off!
I'm not going to anywhere with you.
You take this student over my dead body!
Presumption! Better luck next time!
Aha! Back for more.
Incendio!
to regret that. You little brat! Come on. Release me!
I don't know if I'm actually.
How embarrassing!
I'm just wondering if I actually did anything.
What just happened? I've never been accosted in such a manner, and so close to Hogwarts.
Right, let me just check Professor Hecat's quests. Oh, it did actually work, so I don't know. Oh, maybe it's going to tell me updated. Yeah, it's updated now.
Are you all right?
I am, thanks in no small part to your excellent defensive skills. Care to tell me why 2 Ashwinders were ready to dispatch me to get to you?
Ashwinders?
Victor Rookwood's thieves and extortionists, his little cronies. They seemed quite keen on you.
It's a long story, but thank you for your help.
Well, you've avoided them for the moment. Priya warned me things were getting dangerous. Best get moving on my research before they return.
You're a researcher?
Nora Treadwell at your service. Historian and archaeologist specializing in Merlin's work and life.
Merlin? Of the legend of King Arthur?
The very same. Merlin attended Hogwarts, you know, and I'm studying some curious fixtures he left here centuries ago.
The only thing about that is apparently there is some contention, or not contentious. There is a debate about whether he attended Hogwarts or not in the community.
He created them as a diversion for his fellow Slytherins. He was terribly fond of puzzles and enigmas.
See, attending Hogwarts as a professor, I think I could understand. But as a student, no, I couldn't. So...
I can see why you're so interested in Merlin. I'd be keen to know more about the trials.
Well then, I'll let you in on a little secret. No one has yet managed to figure out how they work. But I believe I have just unlocked a crucial clue. I suspect that Mallowsweet is an important component in getting the trials to work.
Mallowsweet?
Versatile herb. Merlin repeatedly mentioned it in his writings. I had just arrived to test my theory when I was so rudely interrupted. You see, each swirl in Merlin's writing has a symbol in the center. That started me thinking, what if...
The Mallowsweet is meant to be placed at the center of the symbols.
Precisely. Would you care to do the honors? We can see what comes of our little hypothesis. I brought a trunk chock full of Mallowsweet with me. It's just over there by my tent.
This trunk?
Yes, take plenty, even if you already have some.
I have the Mallowsweet.
Lovely. Now, notice the vines on these pillars here, as well as a stone swell on the ground. Each trial has these features. Place the Mallowsweet on the swell, and we'll see what happens.
I just realised there's a flying bug just there. Excuse me.
My word! Did you see that? The vines disappeared.
What should I do now?
This is uncharted territory. I can't follow this.
The flames make the fire sink.
What a day. I can hardly believe it.
I take it we can call that a success.
We can indeed. However, I now have even more questions. How does it work? I must review my notes. I may have missed something.
Are all of the trials like this one?
Oh, not precisely. Well, I think each has those telltale vines and the swirl on the ground. You should feel free to solve them as you come across them. I believe I have what I need to continue my research. My guess is that each will also require Mallowsweet, which you can find in Hogsmeade should you need more. I really must be off. Such a pleasure to meet you. And do be careful out here. Now, I've got what I needed. I shall return to the safety of my notes and books.
I'm just going to watch this because I just love this. If only I could just do that. Right, okay. See what I mean? This is the first time I've noticed those little bug things. Right, so what I want to do is quickly just go and sell stuff to that. That's it.
Hello, sir. What do you sell here?
Hello, I'm Jalal Semi, and this is my potion shop. I can answer any questions you have about the town.
Right,
What do you have for sale?
What can I help you with today? I'll have no trouble selling this. Thank you.
Oh, I shouldn't have done that.
I hope to see you again sometime.
So let's do Professor Hackett's class just quickly. I don't know why I did that.
I hope you were able to take care of
Professor, I completed all of your most recent assignments.
Well done. Then you're ready to learn Expelliarmus. Pay close attention. The disarming charm may often be all you need to defeat the most powerful dark witches and wizards you might encounter. Spellcasting requires a focused mind and a steady wand. Good work. The dummy is here if you wish to stay and practice.
Right, so,
Professor, do you have a moment?
I do. What is it?
I wondered, did you attend Hogwarts?
I did. I am a proud member of Ravenclaw House. Why do you ask?
I was curious as to how Hogwarts has changed over the years.
I see. Well, the castle itself, as I'm sure you have surmised, is full of surprises. I dare say more than the staircases change around here. As for the students, well, they seem to get more capable every year. Although, we got up to just as much mischief in my day as you seem to now. I used to look the other way at all sorts of roguery when I was head girl. I can tell you, however, that I did once admonish a certain Phineas Nigellus Black for enjoying a sugar quill during a lecture.
I hadn't realized that you and Professor Black were, students here together.
Appearances can be deceiving. You see, I was once wounded by time itself.
So basically, her job as working in the Department of Mysteries is what caused her to age, is what she's saying here.
Time itself? I never would have imagined such a thing.
Ah, well, it was the risk I took with my prior position. You may
Oh,
or
it's an
may not
unspeakable.
have heard that I was an unspeakable at the Ministry for years.
An unspeakable? What does...
As you might suspect, I cannot speak about what we did. Suffice it to say, the job was not without its hazards. Now, I hope I've satisfied your curiosity for the moment.
You have. Thank you for speaking with me, Professor.
Keep up with your wand work. One must always be prepared for mischief, both inside and outside of the castle.
It's a shame, really, they didn't add these in as part of the.
You seem to have the right end of the stick, but keep practicing. Expelliarmus may save your life one day.
Yeah, it's a shame they didn't actually get you to. What's the word I'm looking for? Use part of the conversations with teachers as part of your like growing your relationships, like you do with Sebastian and that. Because clearly they, you know, if they do this sequel to this or a DLC as well, they're going to be an important part of that journey that you're going to be taking. Right, so I can't go in to the boss just yet, so I need to go to the central hall because I haven't actually activated these blue flames just yet. But potions is not far.
I thought it would be hard adjusting to sharing.
In fact, let me just... Oh.
Wonderful place to practice Accio on other students' books.
Just when I think I've learned how to get around the castle, a staircase moves and I'm lost again.
Let's hear these conversations. Yeah, so I think what I'm saying is the part where, you know, you learn about the lore of the wizarding world. And some of the jobs that they do, these professors, previously, some cases do actually have bearing on that.
Good morning, Professor Garlick.
How wonderful it is to see you again, Lenora dear. Oh, here. You'll need these for today's class. A little treat for your auntie. Ah, hello. Class, please welcome the newest rose in our garden. We do look forward to growing together. How thrilling it is to have everyone back together again.
This year will be filled with enchantment and excitement, but the most important thing cultivated in herbology is knowledge. The prudent herbologist is no more afraid of the venomous tentacula than the bouncing bulb. Now then, today we will be acquainting ourselves with the mellifluous tuber known as the mandrake root. Accio. Let's see if we can't make our fibrous friends a bit more comfortable, shall we? First, let's protect our ears. Now, everyone, grip their mandrake by the tendrils and give it a firm tug. Quickly! Place your mandrake in the new pot and pack down the soil!
Wow. If you've got headphones on, that is a lot louder than it seems.
Envelop the root like a warm, dirty blanket, putting the mandrake right at ease. Reparo! I'm very sorry about that. Yours was a bit mature, I'm afraid. All right then, off you go. Splendid work, everyone. Now, for our next task, we'll be planting Dittany at our potting tables. You can all get started. I need to have a brief word with our new student.
I should think Professor Garlick would be more careful with her mandrakes.
Well, I'm guessing if you're blind, you wouldn't want to go deaf either. Well, none of us would, to be honest.
Hippogriffs like knotgrass. Revelio.
See if there's anything else I can nick while I'm here.
The best time to plant a seed is last season. The second best time is now.
No. Okay, let's just speak to Professor Garlick then. Oh, no. I can nick her mallow sweet.
Yes, Professor. Firstly, well done with your mandrake. They can be rather difficult to get a grasp of.
I nearly went deaf.
I nearly went deaf.
Well, yes. Of course, the cry of a mature mandragora can be fatal, so remember to keep those ears protected. Now, as I mentioned, next we'll be planting Dittany. Let us find you some seeds.
I already have some, Professor. Picked them up in Hogsmeade.
You visited the Magic Neep. Wonderful. A prepared student is bound to bloom. I've arranged for you to have your own potting table here in the classroom. Wasn't easy to spare one on such late notice. Plant the seeds there now, and you can return to harvest them later. Even with soil, sunlight, and a bit of magic, they will take time to grow.
Let's see how to balance my star thistle arrangement.
Did you know that you can use the mandrake to defend yourself? Why, the very idea.
I do wonder about Professor Fig. He's hardly ever in his classroom. Most strange.
Right, okay, so...
Dittany's restorative properties make it a vital ingredient in the Wiggenweld potion, as you all should know from... Well done! Once it can be harvested, your Dittany will be ready to use in Wiggenweld potion. I'll let Professor Sharp tell you about that. Now, what say we branch out? Introduce you to a different sort of flora, the Chinese chomping cabbage. You'll find that some plants are better suited to uses outside of a cauldron. The cabbages do get testy without something to chew. Fortunately, I have a dummy for them to gnaw on. Be a dear and let them have a good chomping.
Yes, Professor.
They're in the other greenhouse. It's just at the end of the footbridge leading out of this room. Your classmate, Mr. Pruitt, has kindly offered to accompany you. Come back and see me when you're finished. Oh, and mind your fingers. They do bite.
Hello.
Right.
Saw
Hello,
you on
Mr.
your way
Pruitt.
to Hogsmeade the other day. Nice to meet you. I'm Leander. I'll be showing you the Chinese chomping cabbages. Up these stairs will take us there. But your lead.
I'm surprised you didn't make any comment about the fact that they're in the same house.
Nice work, Defense Against the Dark Arts, by the way.
Excuse me?
Your duel with Sebastian! And he's good. Thinks he's really good. But you outright slaughtered him. It was brilliant.
Oh, well, thank you.
I nearly put Sebastian in his place myself. I mean, I would have, if Hecate hadn't stopped me.
Didn't she stop that dragon skull from crushing you?
Here we are. Home of the Chinese chomping cabbage.
All the way quickly.
Now, see that dummy? Just toss the cabbages at it, and they'll do the rest. Look at that! That'll give them anything they can get their mouths on. Mum planted some in her garden last year to keep the gnomes out. Did save her the de-gnoming, but they left her honking daffodils in tatters. Vicious little bastards, aren't they? My kind of plants. Not like stupid booba tubers and bouncing bulbs. The kind of plants that have your back in a fight. Not saying you can't go it alone, but... well, imagine that wasn't a dummy.
Trust me, Leander. I was imagining it the entire time.
You were? I mean, of course, you're, not someone to be trifled with. I see that. Dogweed and Deathcap has more of them, if you're keen. Other plants too. Ones your parents wouldn't plant in the garden. You get the idea. Anyway, we, probably ought to head back to class.
So the one thing I've learned about
I'll see you back in
is
class.
if sometimes you say the things you...
Revelia.
Unexpected. So like just saying to him, you know, what I did just then about he was imagining it all the time. What are you doing? Being a gentleman, I'm guessing.
Revelia.
Sometimes I wish I needed a new wand, just so I'd have...
Right, I believe that there is an actual... Right.
About the dragon.
Just mentioned the dragon in Pitford upon whatever it's called.
And with that helpful reminder as to why we should always wear our dragon hide gloves, I shall end our lesson here. Terribly sorry, Mr. Clopton.
I tended to the Chinese chomping cabbages, Professor.
Remarkable plants, aren't they? I hope they weren't too much trouble. Oh, don't see any bite marks or missing digits. And good, as you do seem to be quite green-fingered. Oh, I'm eager to see your skill in the soil continue to blossom.
Magical plants have so much to offer. I'm eager to learn more.
I'm glad. Herbology is a bounteous subject. Tend to your garden, and it will tend to you. Huh. Well, I suppose that's everything. Do come by for a chat sometime. I so enjoy checking in with my new students.
Those mandrakes are really relishing their new pots. Only cost me my...
Right, so yeah, as I was saying, the one thing you I've learned is that Leander is a little bit... I think he's kind of a bit... almost like the Neville Longbottom of our time. Right, okay, so... believe we should now have the option to go to past potions, yeah. Right, let's oh, I didn't mark. Oh, it doesn't matter, I know where it is. Excuse me, sorry, I am.
Shouldn't there be aurors or someone from the ministry guarding the school after the incident in Hogsmeade?
Professor Black would never allow that. It would make him look completely incompetent, which he is.
I think he's too busy just preening himself.
Revelio.
Right, okay, now we've
Potions is one of the most challenging and hazardous subjects taught at this school. As fifth years, you will be required to reach new heights of both discipline and intellect. You will begin this term by brewing a Wiggenweld potion. Mr. Takar, can you tell us why this particular potion might come in handy?
Yes, Professor Sharp. The Wiggenweld potion can be used to sterilize and even heal a variety of injuries.
It can heal some injuries, but not all. Points for Ravenclaw. Before today's class is completed, each of you will have brewed a Wiggenweld potion of your own. You never know when you might need it. Please begin. Use a strong, even motion when crushing your ingredients. Please be meticulous when adding powder to your potions. One errant sneeze could be disastrous. I see most of you have not forgotten how to stir. Not an easy potion to brew. Well done. And from what I hear of your recent exploits in Hogsmeade, you'd also do well to practice brewing the defensive Edurus potion. Professor Weasley had you acquire the recipe from J. Pippins, correct?
Yes, sir.
Good. For the moment, you can find the ingredients you need in my office. But in the future, you'll be expected to provide your own ingredients. Some can be harvested from the plants you grow in your herbology class, and rarer ones can be purchased. Others, however, may be harder to obtain, and will require you to be a bit more resourceful. Come and see me when you've finished brewing, and we'll see if it was skill or luck the first time round.
right, I'm going to one of the things I would like to do is showcase, because I didn't realise that you can actually get the Fanatic school robe, even if you've not in your own house that you signed up with. Right, okay, so
My parents considered keeping me home from school this year after the rumors of a goblin rebellion.
Professor Sharp said that Wiggenweld potion can treat injuries. Hope I never need it.
Don't fret if you run out of ingredients. I simply grow most of what I need.
My Wiggenweld potion's utter rubbish. Wish I could just replace it with one from J. Pippin's.
I'm guessing you're not good at
Fine job brewing your first Wiggenweld potion. But there are many potions yet to learn. This is going to be a busy year.
Did I hear Professor Sharp say that you have permission to go into his office?
Yes, but why does that matter to you?
Brilliant! And it matters because you can be a part of something truly creative. You remember me, don't you? Gareth Weasley.
Ah, yes, we met in the common room.
Listen, anyone with a troll-sized brain can brew an Edurus potion. I'm working on something that's certain to be spectacular. I'm just missing one tiny last ingredient that will add that extra spark.
I suspect that's where I come in.
You're as clever as I'd hoped. I simply need a single Fwooper feather. As you'll already be in Sharp's office with his permission, perhaps you could grab it for me.
I don't know, Gareth. I don't want to get on Sharp's bad side.
You won't. Fwooper feathers aren't that valuable. Sharp won't even miss it.
I've enough to worry about collecting the ingredients he wants me to get. I'm afraid I can't help you.
I understand. I'll sort something else out.
A well-prepared witch.
right. Because doing that is an optional thing. You can, if you want to, do that. But just bear in mind you will lose house points if you do. But again, it's entirely up to you. But I would recommend you still take the Fwooper feather, because you do get the chance, if you change your mind, to give it to Gareth. Or, once you have this conversation with Professor Sharp, he will acknowledge the fact that you've actually taken it.
When proficiency and potions are two things that cannot be rushed. Have patience and be thorough.
If you're going to give him the feather to Gareth, this is the time to do it now before you do your potion brewing. So, Edurus potion. It's a shame really they don't get you to make each potion first of all like they did with the Wiggenweld potion.
And now we add the Mallow Sweet, and that's odd. What's happening? Wait, it's not supposed to. Ah! Get it! Oh! Gryffindor! What happened?
Well done, Gareth.
What now, Mr. Weasley?
Sorry, Professor.
That'll be points from Gryffindor. Again.
See, because I knew the outcome of that, that's why I didn't want to do it, but I mean, either way, in this instance, she would have lost points if you were playing as Gryffindor.
I brewed an Edurus potion as you asked, Professor.
Glad you managed to stay on task. Not every class is so eventful. I saw Mr. Weasley speaking with you earlier. He can be quite persuasive. Glad you managed to resist. You've done well today. I confess I was skeptical, given the advanced nature of this class and the fact you're a new student.
I'm glad I was able to meet your expectations.
A rare occurrence. And you do well to remember that you're not a potions master quite yet. In addition to having a solid grasp of how to combine various ingredients, you should gain an understanding of the ingredients themselves. Pay particular attention in herbology. The plants you nurture there are often essential to the potions you brew here. Now, I recommend that you find a safe location in which to practice brewing. You cannot leave a hot cauldron simply anywhere. And you can keep that Fwooper feather. This time. That'll be all.
Right, so just to take a note of the fact that he...
I think each of us has had enough excitement for one day.
Professor Sharp must have learned a lot during his time as an Auror. I wish he talked about it more.
That was an interesting class.
Wasn't precisely what I had in mind, but it was still brilliant. Well, for certain you'd have helped.
I'm glad I avoided trouble. Sharp certainly seemed upset with you.
His bark's worse than his bite. I think deep down he respects my artistic spirit. Sharp may seem gruff, but I'd bet a few galleons he blew up a potion or two in his day. Best be off. Next time we talk, I promise, fewer explosions.
Maybe you should go and ask him.
Our house ghost is looking for you. You can
Ah.
find him near the Great Hall.
I was impressed that you were able to answer Professor Sharp's question about the Wiggenweld potion.
Oh, you're the new student. I've heard much about you. Thank you. I'm Amit, by the way. Pleasure, truly. And I've never seen anyone brew such a flawless Wiggenweld potion on their first try. Well done.
I'm glad I was able to get it right the first time.
You must simply have a knack for potion making. Some students seem so confounded by potion recipes, it's as if they're written in gobbledygook. A fascinating language, by the way. Neither here nor there, really, but I am a self-taught speaker. Merlin's beard, good conversation is the enemy of free time. I must return my book, Gateway to the Far Stars, before my next class. Speaking of stars, we'll be in astronomy together. You'll love it. Professor Shaw is firm, but quite clever. See you soon, no doubt.
Right, so let's go to... I do apologise for you just...
Inspiration for the rest of term.
Right, can I fast travel there? Oh, it's in the Great Hall. And I haven't flamed anything for that yet. So I'm going to have to run for it. Oh, sorry ladies.
That was it. Half a bottle of
Oh, that's why I should remember this from the...
All of my relatives were.
I'd like to retire to Hogsmeade one day.
Ooh.
Revelio.
Hey, it's me, Gareth. Do you have a moment?
I need to speak
You
to...
there? Yes, you. I wonder if you might...
You wanted to see me, sir?
Yes, Sir Nicholas de Mimsy Porpington, at your service.
Sounds just like the caretaker.
I know about the book you found and its missing pages. I may be able to help. Follow me, if you will. It's not too far.
Wait, how do you know about the book? And that it's missing pages?
Word gets around amongst the ghosts. You were spotted with Mr. Sallow in the restricted section. Don't worry, your secret's safe with me.
But we managed to evade those. Oh, of course, even if they're
This
ghosts,
may
they
be a
probably would have
leap,
still
but
known.
I believe I know who ended up with those pages. I'd be happy to take you to him, if you'd be so kind as to perform a small favor for me along the way.
Well...
A small favor in exchange for getting those pages.
Yes, it's nothing really. I'd be grateful if you could simply go into the kitchen and procure a little rotten roast beef.
I
Can
beg your
we
pardon?
go any quicker?
Roast beef. Rotten roast beef.
That is correct. Rotten roast beef. If one floats through it just right, one can almost taste it.
Revelio. Ah, I suppose. But why me?
It's simple, my young friend. My ghostly form cannot carry it. Now, if you'd be so kind as to collect the roast beef, I shall explain everything else in due course. Ah, here we are. Tickle the pear.
Did you say tickle the pear?
I'll wait right here.
Revelio.
Do try not to get in the way of the house elves. I'm already imagining the sweet aroma of rotten roast beef.
Right, just so you know that if you do this, as any other house,
Never will understand students. What could they want? Plenty of delicious found themselves a bit peckish, likely. You know how
Certainly
hungry
makes
growing
Rookie's
humans
job
can
easier.
get.
Pardon me, but couldn't you point me to the rubbish?
None such was just about to dispose of today's collection. It's towards the back. Help yourself, I suppose.
Hello, can you point me in the direction of the rubbish?
Towards the other end of the kitchen. If it's not taken out yet, just follow your nose. You'll find it soon enough.
so you actually get to interact with the house elves here. Whoa, if only they knew what they were doing to for the food.
Revelio. It smells glorious. Here's some beef, but it's not rotten. I'd best keep looking. Wow, there's a disgusting smell. Oh, I must be getting close.
Oh, a student? What a treat! What can Finky get for you? A pumpkin pasty? Perhaps some Welsh rabbit?
Sounds lovely. But what I really need is this rotten roast beef.
Ah, Nick sent you, didn't he? Please help yourself. Finky supposes Nick's tired of loitering about simply to experience the faintest memory of the taste of food.
Do you and the other house elves conjure the food served in the Great Hall?
Goodness, no. Not even house elves can conjure food out of thin air. Food is one of the 5 principal exceptions to Gamp's law of elemental transfiguration. We can, however, multiply it, transform it, and, of course, prepare it. Then we send it straight up to the Great Hall.
Are there any restrictions as to what you can make here?
Finky supposes not. However, Finky has had the best luck with the many recipes left by Helga Hufflepuff. Her quince pie has always been a favourite, but the newfangled Arbroath Smokies are becoming popular as well.
That explains the comment that a student makes.
Is it all right for students to wander into the kitchens?
Well, since you asked, students aren't supposed to be in the kitchens, but Finky doesn't mind. There's nothing that lifts Finky's spirits more than the company of students. We so rarely get visitors, and we have plenty of treats. Come back any time you please.
It was nice to meet you. Thank you for the beef.
Happy to help, and to meet you as well. Please give Nick Finky's regards.
It's a shame we don't get to meet Finky as the other house student in the other houses.
Prepared by a house elf.
Especially after that comment she just made about it's nice to have visitors. Right, okay.
Ah, you're back. No trouble, I take it?
Not at all. Finky sends her regards, along with the rotten roast beef.
Ah, glad to hear it. Kind elf, Finky. Now, let's get that beef to Sir Patrick Delaney Podmore, and you'll be one step closer to finding those pages.
This is all rather cryptic, Sir Nicholas. What's going on?
Terribly sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Sir Patrick organizes the Headless Hunt, a group of headless ghosts who gather for various, headless activities.
Headless activities?
Yes, you'll see. Anyway, I don't know how, but a member of that hunt, Richard Jackdaw, had the pages when he was alive. My plan is to take the rotten roast beef to Sir Patrick so that he'll allow me, us, to engage with the hunt and speak to Jackdaw. Shall we?
Very well.
Let's go.
I'd like to meet Sir Patrick myself and see this headless hunt.
Ah, wonderful. You won't regret it.
Right.
Do stay behind me. It's Sir Patrick we want.
Oi, Nesta, look who's here.
What have we told you, nearly headless Nick?
Hello, Sir Ramsay. Do let us pass. We've brought a little something for Sir Patrick.
Probably come to try to beg his way in again.
Do they always talk to you like that?
Ah, all in good fun. Once Sir Patrick lets me join the Headless Hunt, I'll be right there with them. This offering is sure to win him over.
Don't forget why I'm here, sir.
Rest assured, you'll have your information from young Jackdaw in no time. Wherever he may be.
What I'd give for a flagon of mead or a nice leg of lamb right about now. Then this party would be complete.
How about the next best thing, Sir Patrick?
Ah, Sir Nicholas. And a student. Who let you in?
We brought you a gift.
This is all very suspicious. What do you really want? As if I need to ask.
It's Richard Jackdaw. Where can we find him? May we speak to him?
Jackdaw, eh? Why, here he is now. What a shame. Without his head. I bet you've always wondered what that's like, eh, Nick?
Sir, you jest.
It's bound to be around here somewhere. Probably being used in a game. If you find it, I give you my permission to speak with him, my young mortal. It's the least I can do for you for bringing this putrescent gift home.
Wow.
Sir, there's another matter I wish to discuss with you, if I may.
Tut, tut, Sir Nicholas. How many times do I have to tell you? Our entry requirements are quite clear.
But, sir,
we aren't the headless except for a little bit of tendon hunt, after all. Now, please, follow me, and I shall help you find your way out.
Farewell, my young friend. Perhaps your luck with these chaps will be better than mine.
He's a ghost. He could just go through things.
A map. Doesn't appear to be connected to the missing pages. Best hang on to it for now.
Where's this?
Revelio.
How do ghosts with their heads while away the afterlife?
I think we're in Hogsmeade, aren't we? Yeah, we're in Hogsmeade.
Revelio.
over his head this time.
Who will be next to play our little game of hide and seek amongst the pumpkins?
Hello again. Can you help me?
Ah, Sir Nicholas's young friend. Has he abandoned you?
Not at all. I need to speak to Richard Jackdaw. Sir Patrick said his head might be around here somewhere.
Indeed it might be. It is a bit unorthodox to include a mortal, but if you do wish to speak with him... Oh, why not? You can speak with Jackdaw if you can find his head amongst these pumpkins. Not just once, but 5 times. Good old Dumfrey will move the head to a different spot each time you find it. Those are the rules. What say you?
If that's what I need to do to speak to Jackdaw, I'll do it.
Marvellous! Of course, a mortal holding a wand has an advantage over us ghosts. You can simply blast away to your heart's content. Remember, the game's not over until you find him 5 times. Begin! Cast away until you...
Discovered already? Looks like we need to find another pumpkin to hide in, eh, Jackdaw?
Whatever you say, Dumfrey. This is not my finest moment.
I'm glad I won't be the one.
Here we go again.
Revelio.
I wonder what,
Oh, what fun! I've seen you playing!
I see they...
You make this look easier than it's supposed to be.
Well...
It won't be long now. You'll find him.
That ghost said I should blast away to my heart's content.
I've never seen it played like that.
So you found us. This ain't over yet.
I could do that too if I had a wand. And a body.
Revelio.
Well done! Of course, having a wand served you well. Still, I believe congratulations are in order.
Not too bad for a mortal. Now, say what you need to say to old Jackdaw here, You've earned it.
Nicely done. But what's going on? You're not a member of the Headless Hunt.
No, I'm not. Sir Nicholas said you might know the location of some pages I'm looking for.
Merlin's beard. I know precisely the ones you mean. I pinched them from Peeves. How could I forget? The map on those pages led me to my demise. I was not ready for what awaited me in that cave. The pages are likely still mouldering away with my, remains. Quite a final adventure, I must confess.
The pages are why you lost your head. And I must visit a cave and search for your corpse.
Yes. You'd think a decapitated ghost would get used to the word corpse. Say, here's an idea. Why don't you meet me at the edge of the Forbidden Forest, and I'll show you where to go?
I need those pages, so I suppose I'd better meet you. Thank you.
Not to worry. I'll just need to be reunited with my body first, but Dumfrey can handle that. See you at the forest's edge.
Okay. I wonder what Timothy Deasdale might have thought, having his stuff just wassing around, but he seems to be quite, amiable to it. Oh, Sir Nicholas is still here. The other ghost. Right, I want to just quickly go to Gladrags and sell some stuff. You know what would be quicker. So I just realised I didn't change the colour of my mum's eyes. They should be blue. So So I better make sure, point of saying that to her when I send her that photo. Oh, super.
Before you ask, I'm all out of the stock, so if your feet are smelly, you'll have to work it out for yourself.
Ooh.
If I haven't said it before, it's a pleasure to... I suspect you have a sharp eye for fashion. Be sure to stop by whenever you're about.
Did I actually unlock? What was it again? I think it was the outfit, wasn't it? Or was it a robe? I might as well sell this quickly while I'm here.
Plenty for your perusal today. Take your time. I suspect you have a sharp eye for fashion. Be sure to stop by whenever you're about.
Oh, so get this quickly while we're here as well, and then I'm going to fast travel to the Forbidden Forest. Right,
Lumos. Enchanted candles. Wonder where they're heading.
so this is the Ghost of Our Love side quest. As it's on the way, I'm going to do it.
The candles seem to be leading into the Forbidden Forest.
The other thing I can confirm is that the getting the conjuration spellcrafts are completely random in the exploration, because I actually got the Christmas tree while
Treasure must be nearby. I
was
suppose
doing.
making the forbidden treasure hunting suits me. This place has seen better days.
Here I am, as good as my word.
We meet again, Richard Jackdaw.
I suppose I shouldn't be surprised to see you. Just like a Gryffindor to brave the Forbidden Forest in pursuit of adventure.
Well said. Now, where do we go from here?
Follow me. I shall lead you as far as I can, but I fear I may remain a tad reluctant to revisit the scene of my demise. Keep your eyes open for a bird bath. When you find it, say intramuros.
Oh, excuse me, sorry.
Or Greek. As you can imagine, I never paid much attention in school. Shall we?
Aside from the bird bath, anything else I should look for?
Indeed. A few landmarks, a stone bridge, a waterfall, and, if I recall, a lake. You'll see.
You've been very helpful. Thank you.
Surprising how much of this is rather unfortunately coming back to me. Yes. You know, the closer we get, the more I'm remembering. Probably best I leave you to it. Simply stick to the path and keep a sharp eye out for that bird bath. Adieu. Is that Latin? Or Greek?
Right, now you've got two choices. You can go that way or you can go this way. Depending if you want to avoid the spiders. I'm not fussed either way, but...
Nothing to do now but keep going. The waterfall. For a thief, Jackdaw's surprisingly as good as his word.
Right, so back this way. Oh, this is the pumpkin.
Something oddly solemn about this place. Such regal creatures, stags. There it is, just as Jackdaw described. Intramuros.
Aren't you a little far from home?
Ranrock knew you'd eventually lead us to whatever it is you're hiding.
Tego! You
No risk those loyalists will report back to Ranrock now. Let's see where Jackdaw has led me. Revelio. I wonder how big this place is.
Right, so I'm going to give you a warning now. There will be spiders in here.
Impressive. That must be where this all ends.
Right, just bear with me. I'm going to just go to the bathroom. I'll be back soon. Right, sorry, I do apologise for that.
Someone didn't want casual visitors down here. I wonder if any of these spells will help me through this.
Let's turn my microphone up a little bit because I can just about hear what she's saying. Oh.
I'm not going to touch those, either.
Stupefy!
Say it. Kind of expecting something a little more than that.
I wonder if I can move that platform somehow. That's odd. I'd have thought Jackdaw would have been interested in this loot.
Interesting, frameless glasses, huh? Hmm. Well, that's the way we came from.
Jackdaw could solve this, so can I.
How do we get that there?
Revelio.
Actually, was there anything over there before? That's the way I came from. Oh, that was the two bits that I said, well, how can I get them?
Untouched chest. Jackdaw wasn't very thorough in his search of this cave. Whew, it's a good thing Jackdaw didn't fall down there. I'm glad Richard Jackdaw left a little something behind for me, but where could he be?
Oh, if we continue, we'll find out.
Incendio! Not a headless skeleton in sight, but I may as well help myself to this. Untouched chest. Jackdaw wasn't very thorough in his search of this cave. Take off! Stupefy! Accio! Incendio! Stupefy! Stupefy!
Didn't think I'd beaten that for a minute then.
That's odd. I'd have thought Jackdaw would have been interested in this loot, but there's no sign of him. I'm glad Richard Jackdaw left a little something behind for me, but where could he be? Revelio.
Oh, we've come down to this bit. Aha. No, wrong one.
Not a headless skeleton in sight, but I may as well help myself to this.
Do you know what? I'll leave that one on for now. It actually was there.
An untouched chest. Jackdaw wasn't very thorough in his search of this cave. There it is. The bridge. It's almost complete. More spiders. These can't be what the headed witch was Accio! Incendio!
I think at this point I'm kind of overpowered, really. Just get a combo going and
Farewell, monster. I can only imagine how these spiders have multiplied since Jackdaw came this way. Revelio.
well,
Revelio.
don't think there's nothing down there. I know there's a chest down here.
I'm glad Richard Jackdaw left a little something behind for me, but where could he be? I must be getting closer to Jackdaw's remains. And those pages. Revelio. We meet again, Richard Jackdaw. Thank you for keeping these pages safe all these years.
Right. I'll leave that on for now. Yep, I'll leave that on.
Here it is. The map that brought your doom, Jackdaw. Is there something beyond this room?
Oh. So. Quite lucky.
That's unnerving. What's happening? I've seen this before. In Gringotts and the restricted section. Where am I? The room's starting to flood. How am I being protected? What sort of magic is this? I can only hope this magic protects me until I'm able to make my way out of here. What is this place?
We're about to find out.
Can it be?
It's you.
Has someone finally found our map chamber?
I recognize you from the Pensives. You're Professor Rackham.
I am indeed. I must confess that I am surprised to see someone so young standing before me.
I'm the same age that you and Isadora Morganach were when you started at Hogwarts.
You've paid attention. And might I presume you share our ability?
To see traces of ancient magic? Yes, sir, I do.
As you have likely realized by now, our ability gives us a unique relationship with all forms of magic. We can access expressions of magic that few others can. Opportunities will arise that allow you to sharpen this rare talent. Do not squander them.
I won't, Professor. Thank you.
We have much to discuss. But first, a map found in a certain book led you here. Place the book on the pedestal.
I don't have the book with me, sir.
That is unfortunate. I'm afraid we must pause our conversation until you return with the book.
I've just
Very
had this
well.
sneaking
I'll retrieve
suspicion
the
that
book
I'm
right
going to do
away.
this until we meet
We shall
Charles
speak
Rookwood.
again once the book is in place.
I'll see what happens. Nope, I've done it. So that's it. Well, I will assign these in just a moment, but that trophy means now that I can bring this stream to an end. And that will be the Gryffindor trophy is now collected. So I will probably leave this here, depending on what my mum would like to do. So I may continue this one as a playthrough for my mum. I'll have to see what she thinks after I've sent the thing to her. So I will probably assign the talent points for her. But yeah, so the next one will be the start of Slytherin. And I will probably do that after I've had some lunch. Thank you very much for watching this stream. I sincerely hope that you've enjoyed what you've seen of this. As I say, this is my road to the Platinum Trophy. So I've just got to go through all this again with Slytherin and Hufflepuff, and then I would have got the Platinum Trophy. So hopefully you'll have just seen the Gryffindor one just flash up then. But until the next one, I will actually probably play as myself in that one. I think I've got some features that are pretty close to mine I've looked at. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you are enjoying this and anything else I'm putting out at the current moment, which is Disney's Dreamlight Valley, Hogwarts Mysteries' latest chapter will be up in the next day or so, because they seem to have changed the format a little on the Hogwarts Mystery. And I'm also considering doing Ghost of Tsushima as well, but I've not really had much of a response from anybody in the comments section about that, especially as it appears to be the director's cut you can only get at the moment. But so until then, I hope you all enjoy your day, your afternoon, whatever it is you're doing, and all that's left for me to say now is goodbye and happy gaming.